Hey, it's still gorgeous out here and it's still hot. And this is part 5 of Silencing the Inner Critic. And maybe you skipped the last one, which is about praying. I totally understand, that's cool. And this one's very short and it's very simple. It's actually about bells and chimes and gongs and things that sound. If you're really interested in this, and this is kind of rings a bell for you, then you can go and check out Thich Nhat Hanh, who talks a lot about how we can use bells in our practice. And he actually they call it in their practice inviting the bell to sound. You never strike the bell, you invite the bell to sound. And it's a funny thing, because I've talked about music, I've talked about praying, that there is something very special about a chime or a gong. And actually one of the things we can do, and I've done myself, is find a bowl. If you find one of those sound bowls, or even a little bell, something that really calls to you. So it vibrates at a certain frequency that appeals to you, that sounds good to you, that brings you home. And don't ask me how. There's probably a lot of studying somewhere else about sound waves and things like that. I will tell you, I had a really amazing experience with a sound bell, a gong massage in Bhutan, which is very powerful. Actually, I had two. I had one at the beginning of my journey there and one at the end. And the first one was just sort of blissful, ecstatic, and the last one was kind of took me to some really hard places in my own understanding of life. One of the ways you can practice this really easily is just to invite a bell to sound, a little ringing bell if you have something like that, or even if you just use something that rings, and just listen to the sound and wait for it to really disappear. Because what you find with a lot of them is that they will continue to sound for a really long time. So you can use that as a point of focus, and as you're focusing on that, it's a great way of practicing mindfulness. When you focus on that, it really doesn't leave a lot of room for the inner critic, the ego, to make a lot of noise. So it's a great way of silencing the inner critic because you're focusing on the bell. And also, if you're anywhere near a church, you can hear beautiful bells ringing, and you can also record, or you could actually record your own. You could record your own sound bowl if you want to make that noise, invite that to sound, or you can probably buy them, that kind of thing. Look, people are coming, I better stop. Under 3 minutes, how to do it, how to silence the inner critic using bells, chimes and gongs. Bye bye.